This time, Apple did it right with their newest Apple Watch, the Series 5. Although, it doesn't look that much different compared to the previous Series 4 Apple Watch, but with that new hardware, that new body design that we got from last year's model, that always on display, looks gorgeous on the Series 5. But with so many options to choose from for the Series 5, it can be somewhat challenging to decide which Apple Watch is the best one for you, especially when you're considering the standard Apple Watch versus the Nike edition. Well, it's been over a month now since I own my Series 5 Nike edition, and I might as well go ahead and share with you guys my experience. In case you're unaware, you always have to wait a little bit longer to get the Nike version of the Apple Watch. For some reason, as soon as a new Series Apple Watch gets released, a few weeks later is when the Nike version of that Apple Watch gets released, so that's why this video is coming out today. But if you want to find out every single difference between the standard Series 5 against the Nike edition, I recommend to check out this video right here, as I pretty much cover everything that you need to know. But to quickly sum everything up, the differences, what you get is this. With the Series 5 Nike version, you not only have access to all the standard Apple Watch watch faces, including the newly added ones for watchOS 6, but you also get access to 3 additional Nike versions of those watch faces, including the new Nike hybrid watch face. Unlike the previous Nike watch faces, this one actually holds the most complications. This one can hold up to 5, one on each corner, and there's one in the center. But not only that, just like the previous Apple Watch watch faces, the Nike logo is actually a shortcut or a complication. It doesn't have an official name, but technically it's a complication. But when you tap on it, it takes you directly to the Nike Run Club app. So in a sense, you have an additional complication. Just however, this one's unchangeable, but it doesn't take up any space. This Nike Club app isn't exclusive for the Nike edition Apple Watch, as even the non-Nike editions can still download this application. And you can also set this as a complication on other watch faces. Now, other exclusives with the Nike version Apple Watch is that you have access to exclusive Nike bands, some of which actually have reflective yarn, which is great, especially when you plan on actually going out for like a night jog and you forget like a reflective jacket or something to really stand out. With this band, if you're crossing the streets, you're very visible and noticeable to oncoming traffic. And if you don't want that yarn, you still have access to the other Nike bands, like this one that has a bunch of holes, so it's really breathable. But new this year for the Series 5, they gave us more color options to choose from, and they also match with the exclusive color watch faces that you get with the Nike version. But to be honest, I don't know if you noticed on my previous videos, I really don't use the Nike watch faces. This is because with that new always on display, I notice when I'm using color watch faces or watch faces that hold a lot of complications, it drains the battery quicker. Because when I was using those previous Apple Watch watch faces, at the end of the day, I noticed I only had like about 20% of battery life left on my Apple Watch, which is okay. At the end of the day, I'm typically about to go to sleep, so that's basically the same time I'm about to charge my devices. But there were a few times when I was gonna go out with a friend, going out to a party, maybe catch like a late night movie, and so I wouldn't really have time to charge my Apple Watch, and it's really annoying to switch the Apple Watch to energy reserve mode, because as soon as you switch this on, what's the point of having an Apple Watch? It's basically useless. So I just switched to the new Millennium watch face, because with that watch face, I never encountered this battery life issue. At the end of the day, I'm typically left with 40% of battery life remaining, which is enough to last throughout those entire nights when I'm out, and even has slightly enough juice to make it in the morning around 20%. And besides, I think this watch face and the new California watch face looks amazing with that new always on display, especially with that new redesigned almost all screen design. And something you may have noticed, I personally don't use the Nike bands with my Nike edition Apple Watch. This is because with this watch face, it just allows the watch to pop out more. And then if you're picking one up directly from the Apple website, you can still personalize it, because the Creative Studio is also available for the Nike edition, where you can swap the bands with other Nike editions that you want, as well as change the color of the case. You have the choice between the space gray or the silver aluminum bodies. Gold aluminum unfortunately is not available for the Nike edition. You only have the choice between those two options. I guess that's the only con about going with the Nike edition, but you still have access to the LTE version if you want to get the LTE connectivity. My Series 5 Nike edition is just a standard non-LTE version. It just has GPS. The reason why I went with the non-LTE version is because there never been a time when I actually needed an LTE connection to my Apple Watch. Typically, I'm always connected to Wi-Fi, or I have my smartphone around me. And then the compass was new this year that they added exclusively for only the Series 5. And although it's a cool tool to have, but there never really was a time when I actually had to use this. But the compass is integrated on your maps, so I guess this also helps so you know which way you're facing to actually get to your destination quicker. And then of course there's support for international emergency calling, but besides that, all the new applications that was integrated on the Series 4 works exactly the same on the Series 5. Like, you still have the ECG, the electrocardiogram, which is now available in more places. You still have the fall detection hardware inside. In case you fall, the Apple Watch will immediately contact emergency dispatchers as well as your emergency contacts. And back to that Nike Club app, I mean, it's still left unchanged just like how it was last year. But an internal upgrade that we did get is we got double the storage capacity now. Instead of having the standard 16 gigabytes, the Series 5 is equipped with 32 gigabytes of storage, which is great because new for watchOS 6, we are expected to see more independent applications specifically designed and made for just the Apple Watch. Having this larger storage does future-proof the Apple Watch. And then the water resistant rating is the exact same between the non-Nike edition and the Nike edition. They're both rated up to 50-meter water resistant. Support for the new AirPods Pro works just as fine on the Series 5, where you can switch between transparency mode or other modes right there off your wrist. Bluetooth connection, it's still using the latest Bluetooth 5. So although there wasn't that much of a speed bump in performance between the Series 4 and the Series 5, with watchOS 6 on the Series 5, applications are still quick. I haven't yet encountered any problems with watchOS 6. So all in all, besides the additional watch faces and those exclusive Nike bands, that's generally it when it comes to deciding between the standard Apple Watch against the Nike edition. So in my opinion, if you plan on purchasing a space gray aluminum body or the silver aluminum body Apple Watch, and you plan on swapping out the bands like I did for other third-party ones, you really can't go wrong by going with the Nike version. For that same price, you get additional exclusive goodies. On the backside, it has the Nike logo, which is kind of nice. The backside is also still made out of the same materials like the standard Series 5, ceramic and sapphire glass. But again, if you want that gold aluminum body, you're gonna have to settle with the standard one because that's exclusive for the standard Apple Watch. But now if you want to check out some awesome tips and tricks for watchOS 6 on the Apple Watch, you can click on this video right here. And this video over here, that is a video that YouTube is recommending specifically for you. They say you're gonna like it. Are you? I don't know. Go ahead and check it out. And let me know in the comments if YouTube was right. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hope this video helped you out. If it did, you know, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.